So in greater detail, what exactly am I going to cover? Firstly, I'm going to run through the key parties to a development, because that enables us to put the agreement for lease into context. It is one document that is part of a far greater picture. And by understanding all of the different parties involved and what they do in relation to a development of some kind where the agreement is being put into place, it will help you when you are then looking to negotiate and agree the terms of an agreement for lease. We'll then look at the importance of the agreement and think about, for a landlord and also obviously from a tenant's perspective, why it is so important. And then I'm going to look at some detail in relation to the agreement. So I'll look at the building obligations, timings, measurement and rent, early occupation, and then finally completion. So moving on now, what we're going to look at and think about is the importance of the agreement for lease. Well, it's needed where a landlord and a tenant can't immediately enter into the lease itself. But what both parties want, or what they need, is certainty that the other party is bound to do so on agreed terms at a point in the future. Now, what we're going to do for the purposes of today's webinar is assume the agreement for lease is being used where the building is to be built or hasn't yet been completed. As I've said, it is often key for a funder to see the agreements, and a landlord's ability to raise funds may well be dependent on this, showing that the prospective tenant is obliged to enter into a lease once the work has been completed.